Hey, I'm going to talk about a couple different mini reviews. First one is a movie called Addicted, and it's an erotic thriller based on a book by Zane. It's about a successful businesswoman who ends up having an affair with with an attractive sculptor, and basically her life spirals out of control. The movie isn't that bad. It's becoming like a staple, having these movies make their way into theaters, like When the Bough Breaks, No Good Deed, Temptation, movies like that. The interesting thing about this movie is that the movie's actually pretty tame compared to the novel. The title Addicted refers to the character's addiction to sex, but in the movie we get that to a certain degree, but in the book she's actually using objects, everyday objects, and it really brings home the fact that she's addicted to it. And in a way, I kind of wish they would have added that to the movie, even just alluding to it, to show how mentally imbalanced the main character had become. Next one I'm going to talk about is called The Freeway Killer, which I got on Blu-ray. It's about real-life serial killer William Bonin, who was notorious for traveling in his van and kidnapping young men and boys and raping and killing them. He also had an accomplice. One thing that the movie left out was that he sexually assaulted his victims. But I feel like the movie is gruesome enough, and it's pretty much implied that the main character in the movie gets off on it. There's also a small cameo by Michael Rooker, and the movie's about 84 minutes long, so not super long, and I think it's just the right length for the type of movie. And I really like the acting from everyone involved in the movie. It's just a really creepy and depressing movie. But if you're a true crime aficionado like I am, you might want to check it out. Next, I'm going to talk about an 80s classic called Happy Birthday to Me. It stars Melissa Sue Anderson from Little House on the Prairie, and she plays a young woman named Ginny, who is part of her school's elite group of popular kids. And suddenly, around the time of her birthday, her friends start getting killed in gruesome and bizarre ways. And for an 80s movie, I feel like the movie threw everything plus the kitchen sink into the plot line. There's so much going on in the movie, and the movie's noted for having a classic and unusual ending. So if you're into 80s movies, or horror movies, I should say, give it a spin. A new release that I got was the movie Clown on Blu-ray. The movie was actually made in 2014 and, was being seen and reviewed in other countries before it finally hit the US fairly recently. It's about a family man who's on his way home to celebrate his son's birthday party, and the clown his wife had hired to show up at the party didn't show up due to an error. So the husband finds an old clown suit and wig and nose in an old box trunk and puts it on. And the problem is, he can't take it off of him. It's like melted and binded to his skin. And I thought the movie was fairly creepy. Even though I'm not a huge fan of clowns, I thought the way the movie was filmed, keeping the clown, sometimes in the shadows in the background, instead of being in the forefront, was a really cool way to film it and kept the movie from being cheesy. But I thought the gore was really well done, the acting was really well done. It wasn't just a cheesy horror movie. I thought a lot of thought went into making it. So yeah, Clown, produced by Eli Roth, is worth a spin if you're interested in the subject matter or just want a new movie to watch. And it reminds me of the Hammond circus fire, which occurred in, let me see here, in 1918, and it involved 2 trains, 104 deaths, and 127 injuries. And the tragic and unusual nature of this crash involved a lot of circus performers were on the train. And when it collided, the train caught on fire and killed a lot of the circus performers and their family. And a lot of them were buried in their uniform in paupers' graves. And from then on, it seemed clowns began to have sort of a sad mystique about them. And I just thought of that when I was watching the movie. So, that's it for now. If you have any suggestions, send them my way. Or if you disagree with me or agree with me, let me know. And I'll talk to you later. That's it.